Welcome back to the Math Eye. It's halftime. The Warriors lead Northern Michigan 35-34. I'm Joe Abramson, joined by former Wayne State coach Ron Hammye as we continue the centennial celebration of champions, the first 100 years of Wayne State athletics. Coach, welcome back to the Math Eye, first of all.
Thank you. It's great to be back.
So you're part of the Bowling Green Mafia.
Yes.
Dave Greer, you, Charlie Parker,
yes.
Jeff Weiss, Jason Clark. What's the deal with Bowling Green and Wayne State?
I just think they put out great people. That's all I can say. You know, it's just.
And they all end up here.
All end up at Wayne State. It's like straight up 75, and here we are.
So your time with the Warriors, you won multiple GLIAC titles, 4 appearances in the NCAA tournament, and the only Final Four berth the Warriors, well, I guess for you, the Tartars,
right,
ever had. Talk about that run.
Well, you know, it was we had a very good team. We had struggled a little bit at one time. We were actually fortunate to get into our own GLIAC tournament. At that time, it was only 4 teams. We got in, and boy, we started playing from that point on. We ended up winning the GLIAC tournament. We beat a Northern Michigan team, as a matter of fact, that hadn't lost at home, that won the regular season and was hosting the tournament. And from that point forward, it was history. We went to Southern Indiana, won that tournament, won a game in Springfield, Massachusetts, and we're seconds away from playing for a national championship.
That had to be exciting. Is there something that happens when you're going through that process? I know we saw it here with the football team a few years ago,
right,
where you kind of get this feeling like, man, these guys are onto something. There's something special happening here. Do you realize it as it's happening?
No. As a matter of fact, I remember the last game of the year, regular season, we lost it, and I was very upset with my team at that point. We came into practice the next week, again, fortunate to be in our own tournament, and it was, oh my goodness, here we go. There was something that clicked, and away we went. The whole journey was unbelievable. The kids were in awe. We treated first class. The places we stayed, where we went, we flew everywhere. It was just an unbelievable experience. You
know, back in your time, your rivalry was really with Oakland University, it seemed. That was,
it was.
Up and back and forth, you and Campy and all that. Now they're up in Division I.
Correct.
But back then, that was a big deal when you two played each other.
It was a big deal. Greg Campy and I were actually teammates together at Bowling Green. You know, I coached David Greer at Bowling Green as a graduate assistant. Bill Saul was a player I coached against at Calvin. So yeah, we had great rivalries with Oakland. That was the team every year we looked to play and got up for. We ended up splitting over my career with them. But certainly there are new rivalries now. The GLIAC's a lot different than what it used to be.
Sure is. How is it to see a guy you coached now running the program you used to run?
Well, David is phenomenal. He's a wonderful human being. He's a great coach. He's intense. You know, he's one of the top 5 players ever to play at Bowling Green. So it's a wonderful thing to see him out here. I just wish him all the success in the world.
You mentioned intense. We really never noticed that. Actually, we want to know, when he was a player, was he like this?
Oh yeah, he got after his teammates. He was somebody. He's a great leader. But he not only get after him with verbally, his actions, the way he played spoke volumes.
And you know, I think you can see it. We see it. Look, it carries to his players.
Correct.
And the respect they have, and actually you can see the love they have for him too. They know that it's not anything but well-intentioned, and it works.
Well, one of his former players, Andrew Tynes, I'm pretty good friends with, and just again speak volumes about what a wonderful person he is.
What about what's different? You know, you come back and see different facilities, same building, but this is a different campus athletically than it was when you were here.
It's a completely different campus. At the time we were here, football was struggling. We had a president, Dr. Hammye, who didn't hurt us, but he didn't help us. He was a wonderful president, but he had his philosophy on athletics. And things changed when Dr. Reed took over. Things started to change quite a bit, and we brought in Division I hockey under Bob Brennan, was the athletic director at that time. Brought in hockey, looking to go Division I. That was the big push back then. But since that time, I mean, the facilities are second to none. I mean, there are not many Division I's that probably have the same facilities these guys have.
For someone like you who was, you know, 1 of the 4 great Wayne State coaches, what was it like to see the growth you're not going back to the 50s or anything like that, but you go back to some important times. When you see what it turned into, do you take some pride in knowing that you were part of the building up to that point?
Yeah, I mean, it was when I came as an assistant coach with Charlie Parker. I was named the head coach. We went through some rebuilding years, but yeah, to see what this place has turned into, what it still can be, given the leadership, and I think it's under great leadership now. But certainly, I think it's been an awesome experience for me to talk about being a coach at Wayne State University.
What do you say to a parent, or maybe even a high school player who knows you, says to you, just in passing, "Hey, I'm thinking about going there for athletics and academics. What can you tell me?" What do you say to them?
It's interesting you say that, because we just had a young man off of our football team at Livonia Franklin High School who is coming to play football here. So I tell them it's a great experience. It's a wonderful place to be. What they have done in terms of the residence halls, the food service, this is a great place to be and a great campus. And certainly I would encourage anybody. The education is second to none.
And when you see everything that's happening around the campus throughout Midtown, it's suddenly, it's not, what are you going down there for? It's, oh man, you get to go down there and be in the middle of all that?
Sure, I've got a number of younger friends or friends of mine whose kids are buying houses down here. I was just in last weekend helping them renovate a home in the Midtown area, and yeah, we've got people coming down like crazy. Detroit is a wonderful place to be. There's so many wonderful things to do, and certainly I was pleased to be a part of that.
You know, I noticed you over in the stands, and you see all these former players, and this thing isn't just a celebration of champions, it's a reunion. It's a family reunion going on over here.
No question, but I tell you what, every youngster that I've seen, my former players, were champions of some sort. They've got rings on, they wore down today, and great players, Ben Bach and Tony Goins, who's not here, but a great player, Mike Aaron, Brian Kushelski, Scott Armstrong, all great players in their own right who won a lot of games during their tenure at Wayne State.
Hey, Coach Ron Hammye, thank you for your time, and thanks for all you did for this school and for the basketball program.
That's very kind. Thank you.
We'll be right back on CN 900.